Welcome back to BRMC's Healthy Connection. Dr. Croom and I were talking during the break. You've been in this area now
25 years.
25 years. Do you enjoy sports? Do you like to get out there?
I do.
Yeah?
I enjoy outdoors. We play tennis.
Okay, all right.
And boating. And
I always like to know what brings people to the area. I know it's just beautiful. And if you don't fish, it's fun to take up fishing, I found. So I don't know that I'll ever be a fly fisherman, but but the rest of it, the catch and release, is a lot of fun.
Sure.
So yeah, it's just wonderful to get out on our lakes and rivers. So we've been talking today about PSA testing and gone through all of the information, with the exception of if someone in fact has prostate cancer, what would be the after treatment? What's the actual treatment for, and then what would the after treatment be for prostate cancer?
well, sometimes we treat prostate cancer just with watchful waiting.
Mm-hmm.
That is, no specific treatment. We just kind of watch the PSA, see how fast it rises, see how aggressive it is. It may not be any specific treatment at that time. Other times, we opt for a radical prostatectomy, in which the prostate is removed completely. Mm-hmm. They do that both with an open method, and there's also a robotic method for removing the prostate. And this is really the best way to get a curative procedure is removing the prostate completely.
Okay.
However, that does have some side effects, such as urinary incontinence, mm-hmm. and erectile dysfunction mm-hmm. tend to go along with that procedure. So you have to be willing to accept those potential complications to have the prostate totally removed. But that'd be the way to get rid of it. Mm-hmm. Other folks, not all folks can have a total prostate done or want a total prostate done. In those folks, sometimes radiation is used. And there's both external beam radiation, in which you go to a radiation center and they actually deliver radiation to the prostate area mm-hmm. from an external emitter. They can also actually insert radioactive seeds.
Seeds, I was going to say, I think this is where the seeds come in. I've read about that before.
Into the prostate,
mm-hmm.
and they deliver localized radiation to the prostate in that way. And those are all decisions that are made through a consultation with the urologist and the patient before treatment is rendered.
You'd mentioned robotics. Is this something, I've done some research on the Da Vinci, which is, mm-hmm. I don't know that it's probably not the same piece of equipment that would do it, but I've watched it in action and been absolutely fascinated that, your hands are in there and, picking up. We were talking about fly fishing. I've seen the robotic actually pick up something as thin as when you're creating fishing flies. Help me out here. That it actually can go in and pick up something that minute. It's amazing to watch. So there's robotics also that can be used for prostate.
Right, and they feel like that it may be more nerve sparing mm-hmm. And may have a decrease in instance of erectile dysfunction through the robotic procedure.
Okay. There's so much technology.
Yes.
It's leaps and bounds ahead of where we are at times. I don't know how everyone keeps up with everything new that's coming out there. I stopped by, our Rappel Diabetes Learning Center had their Spotlight on Diabetes program down at the fairgrounds, and was walking around at the various vendors looking at now all of the insulin pumps that are no longer, they're tube free. They attach to you and you program it and it shoots your insulin in but it's no longer with the tubing that was a drawback for many people.
Yes.
Cramped their style just a little bit. Well, Dr. Croom, I want to thank you today so much for coming in, sharing all the information about PSA testing, the value of it, and going through the whole process with us. We also at BRMC does their annual health fair. It'll be April 27th and 28th this year, and we'll also be offering the free PSA testing. You've certainly helped us all understand, I hope our viewing audience most of all, the value of having your PSA checked if you're 50 to 80. And
Yes.
that's pretty much the age group we have coming through on our Senior Expo and BRMC's Health Fair that we do in conjunction with KTLO. So come down and see us.
I will.
We
Thank
want
you
you
for
to
having
come
me
down.
today.
Thanks again for joining us today. Dr. Cliff Croom, Freeman Medical Center. And I know that I've got a number on here. If people would like more information, they can call 425-6212.
That's right.
Okay, 425-6212 for the Freeman Medical Center located at 17 Medical Plaza. Dr. Croom, a pleasure. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
All right. We'll see you again next week for BRMC's Healthy Connections.